Good evening to our viewers in the West. We're going to begin with breaking news. The votes have been taken, the players are named, and the stage is set for the historic impeachment trial of President Trump. Late today, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi signed the articles of impeachment, followed moments later by the newly appointed House managers walking the documents to the Senate. But even as the House takes its last formal steps on the eve of the Senate trial, there are new questions about what happens next. New evidence has emerged from a key figure close to Rudy Giuliani, the president's personal lawyer. And a small group of renegade Senate Republicans could break ranks and vote to allow witness testimony. Nancy Cordes leads off our coverage tonight from Capitol Hill.
For just the third time in history, House impeachment managers marched articles of impeachment across the Capitol. But the Republican-led Senate chose not to accept the articles and told the group to come back tomorrow.
At the hour of 12 noon on Thursday, January 16, 2020, the Senate will receive the managers on the part of the House of Representatives.
The 7 managers, 4 men and 3 women, will serve as the prosecution. The White House said today it's still finalizing the president's defense team.
I could use some good lawyers, right? Yeah, to hell with it. I just have to suffer through it the way I have all my life.
Democrats are hoping to push the Senate to call new witnesses by releasing new evidence supplied by businessman Lev Parnas, who is an associate of the president's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani. Parnas's notes suggest that he, too, pushed Ukraine to investigate President Trump's campaign rival, Joe Biden.
President Trump knew exactly what was going on. He was aware of all my movements.
The scheme, according to text messages from last March, even involved surveillance of the U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, whom Giuliani viewed as an impediment.
She got fired finally, but she was blocking it.
In one text, Trump donor Robert Hyde wrote, "They are moving her tomorrow. The guys over there, they asked me what I would like to do and what is in it for them." Hyde, who is now running for Congress in Connecticut, dismissed that exchange as simply some texts my buddies and I wrote back to some dweeb, Parnas, who we were playing with. Giuliani told CBS News today that he has no idea about allegations of Parnas tracking the ambassador's movements.
We want to make sure that we are not being used.
Democrats acknowledge Parnas has some credibility issues.
You think he may not be a reliable witness?
Somebody who's been indicted for multiple felonies, yes. There are questions of credibility there.
And Nancy joins us from the Capitol. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court will be there tomorrow to swear in 100 senators. And I understand they have to sit quietly through the trial.
That's right. For hours on end every day, Nora, they can't talk to their fellow senators. They can't bring in electronic devices. They can't even bring in reading materials unless those materials are related to the trial. The White House predicted rather optimistically today that this trial would last just 2 weeks, but most lawmakers believe that the opening arguments alone could take nearly that long.
It's going to be tough for those senators who like to talk rather than listen. Thank you, Nancy.